Hello, everyone. Thanks for logging on to CBSColorado.com. Time now for a few extra minutes with Colorado Rapids head coach Matt Wells. And Coach, in the midst of a break, it's funny, we were talking about the hydration breaks in the World Cup, how that messes with continuity and momentum. How does this break kind of affect you guys in the season?
I think it'll be different for every team. I think for us, it can only be a positive. I think we're, when you're someone like me coming into a new club and you're changing a lot of things in terms of culture and style of play, players, like a lot of players, there's been a lot of players going out, and we've obviously signed a couple, we'll sign a couple more in this window. I think when you're doing that, you're searching for training time and the ability to build cohesion on the training pitch. So when the game started coming thick and fast, there's of course a benefit for that. You're constantly with adrenaline and you love competing. That's why we do what we do. But the downside of it is you lose the ability to strengthen the connections and the chemistry of the team. And for me now, I love this as a coach. I've got 5.5 weeks, I think, before the first game, just to really nail down all of our principles, everything we want to be as a team. So hopefully by the time we arrive against San Diego, we're in a lot better place from a perspective of chemistry and cohesion.
Since you arrived, you've been really firm on what you want this team to be like on the field, off the pitch. Now that you've kind of laid down those roots, what's the goal for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think we're out of the, as I said, I had all the individual meetings with players today, and I said the beauty for me now is we're out of the foundation phase. I'm pretty comfortable. I think if you don't build those foundations in the first place, you can become a good team, but at some point, adversity is going to kick in and you're going to struggle because you're building on quicksand. So I think for us to build a great physical base and a real strong mentality in terms of who we are, how we train every day, how we show up to work every day. Some of our training sessions are the hardest things we do. They're harder physical outputs than games. So the guys now are used to competing. They know exactly what to expect this week. It's going to be difficult. So once you've done that, now that frees me up to really work on the details of our performance and the tactical side of our game, the strategy of how do we play as a team. That's the bit of the game that I'm really passionate about. So I'm really excited for these next 4 or 5 weeks to give the guys the solutions, to keep giving them the repetitions, to keep throwing at them the problems that we're going to face throughout the season. And there's one area as a team we really have to improve, which is how we behave when we're behind in games. I think there's a crazy statistic that if we score the first goal, our points return, we would be top of the MLS. If we concede the first goal, we would be bottom of the MLS. So the disparity between that is crazy. It shows the two faces we've got. It's really exciting that we've got these extremes, and on our day, if it's all going well, we've shown that we can be a top team. But too often, when we've conceded the first goal, we've not, for different reasons, we've not been able to respond in the way that we want to. So this is a big focus area for the next few weeks.
When you look at the culture of soccer, football here in the States, and we love our Rapids, but we know it is certainly a different beast out in England and overseas. How does it compare for you, and where do you see it growing here?
Yeah, I think there's probably more fanatical sort of fan base back home in England, but I think I've followed the MLS closely for a long time, and I think the growth here has been incredible. I think the World Cup is only going to help that. I think, as I said earlier, the change of calendar is only going to help that. And for me here, certainly the games we've had at Dick's, and of course the standout game we had at the Broncos Stadium against Miami, where 76,000 showed up. For me, we can get that place rocking, and I think that's my job as a head coach, is to I have to get this to a place where the football is so exciting and the results are so compelling that the fans want to turn up consistently for these games. And I think we are in the first Open Cup semi-final in September since 1999. I'm really hoping for that game. Let's sell out Dick's. Let's make sure all the fans come. But to do that comes from us first. I don't expect that from the fans first. That comes from the performances we put on the pitch, the results we consistently deliver. And I think if we can build that excitement and momentum behind what we're doing, then it's proven already this season the fans show up. And when they do show up, we get a cracking atmosphere there at Dick's. So, we need to make sure we're creating something special. That's my job, to get bums on seats, and I'm determined to do that.
Bums on seats, I absolutely love it. Coach, well, it's amazing what you've done so far. We can't wait to see everything that you do, and the rest of the Rapids season is going to be a blast. Thank you for taking the time tonight. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it. It's good to see everyone.
Guys, thanks for joining us. We will see you next time.